Welcome to episode 468 of Fourth and Jawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Evan Hollywood Hearn and Mr. Tim Kincaid in the building. And obviously, we could call this the Wildcard recap or the Wildcard reslap, because that was a combination of stiff arms that was heard around the world. But obviously, I'm excited. This is not the brand who's going to poo-poo the idea of winning a playoff game and the next day being upset with where we're at. No. I mean, 129 days I was in Brazil. Wore the shirt for a reason, but just to think where we came from and where we are today. That Packers team that we were told to be scared of is no longer in the playoffs because we beat them. So, see, I'm just trying to speak you through the realities of things. I think overall, in general, I thought the vibes were pretty spectacular all day. We had a huge crowd. Shout out to all the people that showed up. It was
as far as the eye can see.
Pretty ridiculous in there. We had about 300 to 400 people just coming through the lots that day. Just the vibes were pretty intense. Not a lot of Packers fans too. I'm going to be honest. Not a lot of Packer fans showed up. We've seen other fan bases show up and show out, but they did not show up, and I'm glad they didn't. But who did show up were diehard Eagle fans. Mm-hmm. I think it was super loud in there. It was intense. I don't think it was tense. It was intense. The Star Spangled Banner with the Jazz was a nice touch. Mm-hmm. I got a little emotional when I saw the Eagle. There's a lot of emotions going on. I had my own, but I felt like the vibes, like I said, it was intense, but it was not tense. I thought Eagle fans throughout the game did not feel like this Eagle teams are going to let up one bit. Obviously, we saw a little rust from the offense, but in general, the defense showed up. You talk about all the way to the third quarter, they finally put some points on the board. But obviously, playoffs are the playoffs, and defense wins championships. And I felt like the defense showed up well yesterday. And I want to hat tip Fangio again. I think he's been really just teaching the young bucks the right way, and I think we're all happy for it. Evan, where you stand today?
I, unlike apparently a lot of people that are on the interwebs in Philadelphia, am happy today, as you should be. Everybody should be feeling extremely excited about what they saw yesterday. I mean, every team that is left in it right now made the playoffs for a reason. I mean, they're a half-decent team. The Packers, I mean, they're a good team. They were playing out of a hell of a division. Jordan Love had been good all year, and then what happened? 3 picks. You see how I mean, I went into it. I talked about how the turnover battle is going to be exactly what determines this game. I think that the Eagles capitalized on obviously the very first play of the game. You end up getting a fumble that sets you up. That sets the tone for the entire game. And I think the Eagles, like you said, Gail, I don't think they ever looked back throughout the entire thing. There wasn't a moment for me in that game where I felt like the Packers really ever had a chance. I felt like they stepped into the link and we were instantly had them on their back and our foot was on their throat. And the Eagles were just playing with their food for 60 minutes. And I understand that the offense had struggled. To be honest with you, I really think it was just the skill positions on offense that struggled. I think the offensive line did a tremendous job. The wide receivers had a tough job getting open. I mean, Jalen Hurts held onto the ball a lot. Yeah. Longer than he should have. He should have thrown some balls away. But at the end of the day, you go and see that the wide receivers weren't getting open either. They had some good coverage out there. So, those types of things are going to happen. But now, guess what? Packers are gone until September. You don't have to worry about them. You don't have to worry about that secondary anymore. You just have to look forward. And looking at the Rams and Vikings tonight, I mean, I see 2 teams that I think the Eagles could beat. So I'm feeling confident, as every person in Philadelphia should. Go Birds. Go Birds.
I'm feeling good. Tim, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. And the Packer fans, your season started with the Eagles and unfortunately ended with the Eagles. Go Birds.
Yeah, go Birds.
And to piggyback off Evan, I mean, this defense, man, they win championships, and just to see the coverage. My son, your son got an interceptions. And Nolan Smith, dude has been balling every week in and week out, bro. He's just been balling. Shout outs to him. Also, man, definitely want to say shout out to that bad man, Vic Fangio. Thank you for coming back home to Philadelphia where you belong. It just seemed like he was ready. He dialed up the scheme. He seemed like he was ready. The offense was very, very sluggish, but we knew that was going to be about. You know what I mean? We already knew Jalen's been sitting out for almost a month. He's missed a month of football. Think about it. Mm-hmm. He's missed a month of football. So it's not like you're just going to be like sitting on your ass cold and be, hey, go get in the game. It takes time. You know what I mean? He had to heal up that finger. Nolan's my grandson. Shout out to T. That was a good one. And this is what we needed to do. And it was defense, and it was the Saquon Barkley show. I wish he never slid. I wish he just kept on running. That was the best video of y'all. I don't know if y'all seen it. Go check it out.
Keep the energy the same. We want to make sure nobody gets injured, right? At all times, we want to make sure nobody gets injured.
No.
I wanted him to keep running. You wanted him to lay down. He did the right thing, right, Tim? Yeah.
No, not at that moment. No. I had the AJ Brown and Devontae Smith energy on the sideline, and yo, can we please give up trying to stay in the narrative with our team, especially our wide receivers? Yeah, I know AJ's reading a book on the sidelines, but I mean, I guess we'll get into that. I don't want to judge segments.
But he actually reads that book. He reads a book all the time.
I know, but this is the thing, though. Can the media not try to destroy us, though? Dude, it's like everything that we do. Like, think about it. What was the first thing you turned on the TV? And it was like, I'm going to be honest, as an Eagle fan, I felt like we lost as we talk about the media. They're not even talking. There was two quarterbacks in that damn game. Not one time they didn't mention, hey, man, Jordan Love, he played terrible. He had no touchdowns with 3 interceptions. Jalen, on the other hand, had 2 touchdowns and kept the ball at you know what I mean? Well, yeah, the passing game wasn't connected to like the way it was connected.
What I say in the preview show, I said Jordan Love is a guy that will tend to make mistakes. I said Jordan Love is a guy that will throw a pick, and he threw 3 of them in this game. The moment was too big, and that's the difference. All these people, you talk about the media, they want Jalen Hurts to have these ridiculous numbers, but it's not all about what the guy's ability to do is. It's about his mental makeup. It's about is he able to lock in when the time comes and go out there and win a game? Because ultimately, I mean, I watched players growing up. One of my favorite players was Peyton Manning, and he went up against Tom Brady year after year after year. Peyton Manning is one of the greatest regular season quarterbacks of all time. He couldn't get it done versus Tom Brady oftentimes in the playoffs. It's about being able to mentally win, and Jalen Hurts is one of those quarterbacks that can do that.
And again, I just think from looking at this squad, I mean, it's about people just doing their job. Just having a guy like Dallas Goedert do his job when called upon. Now, obviously, we talked about this podcast about him, lightly about, just is it the end due to monetary reasons. We love Dallas Goedert, and he showed you his valuable nature yesterday.
Bro, you know what he did though? I'm not a boy, I'm a man.
Yeah, but it's like in every game, in every different scenario, someone's going to make a play, and there's so many other players on this roster who are going to have that moment. So the moment we're like, where's AJ Brown? Where's Devontae Smith? There are matchups. It's a matchup league. The fact that we got the Packers at this time was even nicer, given the fact that they lost their explosive weapon in Watson, explosive yards per route run or yards per route run. It was at 13th and 19th without him. With him, it was first. So obviously made them very predictable. Then we knocked out Jaden Reed. Then we get Romeo Dubs gets knocked out of the game. So I mean,
There was
the
injuries
game was
left
the
and
game.
right, man. Yeah.
Can we recap that scene? Because the fall didn't look violent, and he had the big bubble joint on top of the helmet. Like
Mm.
I didn't.
I
Was
think
it his neck or
I
something?
think it was just like the whiplash of hitting the ground, I guess.
Mm.
I get you.
Man.
You hit your head square enough. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's not a spot you want to hit hard.
Now, Vibes coordinator Primo is in the building. I mean, Victory Monday, man. Well, what did yesterday do for you?
Well, first of all, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, look, it was a great win. We talked about it on the last podcast. We pretty much spoken into existence the fact that they kept them under 10 points. I called it from the very beginning. I mean, I said that once we win that coin toss and we defer, that defense goes to work, we're going to win this game. And that's exactly what happened. First hit of the game, forced the fumble. The place went wild. The energy just started building from that point on. I mean, I know, Tim, me and you were kind of going back and forth two podcasts ago about the fact that I was just worried about Jalen's rhythm.
Yeah.
Jalen's rhythm yesterday, let's just keep it 100. It was off. All right.
Yeah.
But that's what we need to focus on this week. We need that man to go back to work, do what he needs to do, because we can't really have that off rhythm going up against whoever wins tonight's game. Can't afford it. All right. So, I mean, like, I was big on the defense. I saw that defense playing the way they played. And, that was the reason why we ended up getting that victory yesterday. I mean, those boys were just on fire, and I love to see it. The energy in the building was crazy, and it was a great time. Started off the day with the great 4th and Jawn tailgate. Victory Monday, bro. I mean, how much better can it get?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about all those. You talk about the defense. I just want to let you know, I don't ever like to brag on my son, but my son got his first interception. Prime sent me a message. I was laughing because I was like, I was getting texts from a lot of you guys in the chat. They're like, your son. And it was funny because I believe Slay was talking about, Quignon getting a interception on, and he almost like cried. Like he was like, everybody was happy for him, but I just think Zach Bond got an interception. That's your son, So hey, we could brag on our sons. Week is today.
Proud dad moment. Proud.
We're not their sons. I mean, fathers. I just want to let you all know. First time
You're not
watcher.
my dad.
But it just in general, I just think it's the playoffs. It is tough to win in the playoffs. It is cold weather as well. I mean, it was not as cold as the 24s of the world, but it was in the 30s. And I think, I do. If I'm gonna have some concerns, I do think I'm wondering where we obviously lost Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean has been
Tough.
balling for us. Just to see him go down was pretty tough. His backup, Orrin Burks. Shout out to the Burks family. They were at our tailgate. But you talk about Orrin Burks, this next man step up. Even if you're a special teams player, I thought his hit was the most impactful hit on a Pro Bowl returner. He put him on his ass, and they fumbled, and it set the tone for the game.
Right.
It's a really tough injury to face, especially this part in the season. Nakobe Dean has been a guy that has been, crucial to that defense. He's been the guy with the green dot, hasn't he? I mean, they talked about how communication is going to have to change ever since he goes out of the game. Losing someone like him is going to hurt, but Orrin Burks, he's had to fill in for him this year. Nakobe, this isn't the first time he's missed time, and Orrin Burks has honestly, he's played pretty well. He's made an impact. He's forced fumbles. He's gotten himself involved in the game. Not exactly to Nakobe's level all the time, but he is definitely, giving us a chance and doing his job. So
you've been mentioning that week in, week out. I mean, I haven't really noticed it until like it, you brought it to light. And I gotta say, yesterday when he went down, sad to see. You definitely don't want anything like that, and it's a hurt piece. But confidence that whoever was going to go in there, and then the fact that I saw 42 Burks going in, I'm like, okay, the man's been playing well for the past 2-3 weeks, whenever he's coming in for Dean, let's just keep it at that. And yesterday, him coming in, bro, I mean, he still had a good quarter and a half to hold it down for N'Kobe, and he did a great job. He did a great job. So, I mean, like, bro, I think this is, it's always the next man mentality with us. So, I mean, Burks is definitely going to go ahead and fill in those shoes. So, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Man, what I do like about Burks is he said something that was super dope. He said, I know people look at me as a backup, but I don't practice that way. I practice as a starter because you never know when you have to be ready. And so I love that mentality. I know that he doesn't have the athletic traits like N'Kobe Dean. He's he's longer, taller. So he can pause. I said pause. So
Yeah,
look at me like that. So. So when it comes to athletic wise, he's not like he's not there with N'Kobe Dean, but he's the right prototype size for a linebacker. I believe that he can step up in that position as well, though.
I mean, and he was he's been showing up on special teams as well. I mean, he
set the tone. He set the tone for the game. Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
And shout out to special teams because I ain't gonna lie. A couple weeks ago, I was really upset with Michael Clay. I was really upset with him. Special teams. Michael Clay. Hey, Primo, I'm gonna need you to talk to your man, son, because he missed another extra field goal, man.
Somebody tipped it.
Extra point. Oh, look at you! See,
he was fine. He was fine.
It got tipped, bro.
I got no beef with Jake Elliott after that game.
They got
tipped.
Are you
sure?
I'm positive. I went back and I double checked it myself. I still went off of the replay thing that you gave me a couple years ago, just to make sure that I'd be prepared for this show because I knew somebody like you would bring it up. And I'm telling you, it got tipped. So we're good.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. I trust you.
And then even myself, I questioned the one kickoff that was a straight kickoff that ended up going under. It was the last kickoff that he ended up making for the game, and instead of going up in the air with it, it was a squib kick. And went straight, and it bounced off the ground, and he didn't even want to make the attempt to go ahead and whatchamacallit. I thought that was like on some oops shit, and then it turned out that was part of the game plan. So I was getting ready to get on him about some shit too. So I'm just like
Primo, I think you missed it before you came in though. Should Saquon have finished the run? Or did the right thing?
I mean, come on, I'm good. I'm good either way. Like I know, the funny part about it is that the amount of what the fuck in that place yesterday was crazy because it wasn't about him not scoring the touchdown. It was about those people not getting that fucking parlay that they were hoping for. On the betting game.
With the Saquon anytime touchdown, right?
Saquon anytime touchdown did not.
I had him on there. I had him on my ticket, bro.
But you understand? Like, there's people that have been lit like their football lives. They've been waiting to score a touchdown in a playoff game. And the fact that he had the wherewithal to understand to many of you who in the fantasy football world remember when Brian Westbrook slid before scoring a touchdown, and you were all you felt a certain way, but he's elite level athletically, but mentality wise, that is just like he doesn't need to put his body in harm's way. He could just go down and the game is over. That really speaks to it's one of my favorite plays from yesterday because it really speaks to the level of like we got to get to the next round healthy. It's about the next round now.
Can I tell you about one of my favorite moments from yesterday? You want to talk about nostalgia? Talk about Brian Westbrook and whatnot. How about hearing Jeremiah Trotter's got the ball when he recovered the ball? I'm like, oh man, that sounds good. He was able to recover.
That was a trip. Yeah, that's true.
Oh man, I'm saying I'm jacked up though. It's a different kind of like a calm before the next storm. Like we went through that. I felt really confident. I think tonight we're gonna get some answers on who we play. A lot of texts from people asking me, who would you rather play? I think my answer has been
don't matter. It don't matter.
I know we beat the Rams, and I said we because that all how many Eagle fans showed up there. We're loud. I think their run defense. I don't think they can stop our run defense. So I think the Vikings probably have a better opportunity to stop our run D than probably the Rams. But again, it'll be interesting. I mean, we watched the game yesterday. Before we get in the other teams, your offensive MVP, I want to hear it.
I think I'm still gonna go with Saquon. I mean, that's kind of he still balled out. He probably would have had close to 200 yards had he gone for the full thing at the end of the game. I don't know, man. I think Saquon carried us when the Jalen Hurts wasn't able to find receivers. Like I said, they weren't able to get open. It's not like he wasn't able to find them. I mean, except for that one. Where he overthrew AJ Brown on the fake tush push.
Man,
that would have been nice to connect on, but
I hated that play.
You
hated it too.
I hated it.
Oh, because they brought it out now.
Well, you don't need it. You don't need to bring it out now. Like you don't need. You don't need to.
Yeah. I feel you.
You wasted an opportunity to use that against someone else, and I don't know.
But don't you think that now, with that on tape, that forces teams to play
back off a little bit,
drop some people back out of the box?
Yeah, I mean,
push a little bit easier.
We had the tush push sweep. There's still variations of whatever you can run, but I just think for a moment in time, it's like it's mano y mano. It's 4th and 1, 3rd and 1. Like it's in the playoffs. It's like who wants it more? You don't need that trickery because you're telling me use that for something else. Primo, I think you're going to say that.
You're right, absolutely right. I definitely was going to say Dallas Goedert, man. I mean, the play that we could talk about for a little bit. Let me go with Tim's term. Pause. The stiff man, the stiff arm. You know what I mean? The man was like not once, not twice, not once, not twice, but 3 times. You know what I mean? Like get off me. And then the one-handed catch, the one-handed reception, that was pretty nice. Just having him back in the lineup. I mean, I know you talked about we all talked about. What's Dallas going to go ahead and bring to the table with all these injuries that he's been dealing with this year? Is he going to come back? You know what I mean? Like right now, I love the fact that he's just giving it all. He showed that yesterday. It was big.
He heard all the chatter about Calcaterra, bro.
Yeah. Calcaterra had a nice catch too.
He's great.
Yeah. My MVP, he did something small, but all year my man ain't got the ball, right? And he actually scores a touchdown last night. That goes to Jahan Dotson. That's my MVP right there. Because that man right there, bro, listen, I've been on a team where you haven't got the ball and all you do is block, and then you finally get your chance and your quarterback believes in you, and when the playoffs start, that's my guy, man.
I gotta say, no, I'm saying my bad. I mean, I just want to add on that I feel like he probably could have had maybe another one.
Yeah,
because there was one play where he was wide open. Jalen didn't see it in time. It was done. But had he hit him on, as soon as the route broke, Jawn probably would have had 2 yesterday. Real talk.
And Bo brings up a good point. That shout out to the O-line on that play. Jalen had 7 seconds to throw.
He did that, bro.
Yeah, that was nice.
And then also there was I'm not saying he's MVP, but there was one play, critical play, and that was to play Gainwell when he had that one. I think it was 6 yards when we needed that first down. That was a very, very impressive run. So I had to say that too.
My offensive MVP was I was going to say Dallas Goedert. I do think his play was pivotal and it changed the momentum of that game. I felt like, and then the physicality that he showed. Obviously, you've seen him put his arm out on several occasions, and defenders trying to hurt him. And I'm not going to name names from Dallas Cowboys, but I'm saying he hit that guy 3 times in the face. You could it looked like Mike Tyson's punch out. With a jab. But the way that he delivered after being hurt for the last couple weeks, he obviously played last week, but I'm just saying in general, I just thought that was a great moment for him. Defensive MVP, who do you got?
Tim, Primo?
Now, you know what? I'm not going to steal it. I'm gonna let it be. Let me see. Defensive MVP. Can't use yours. Can't use yours.
You better not use mine. Don't use
Yeah,
mine.
I'm
Do
not.
not use
I'm
mine.
not. I'm not. I'm not. Relax. Relax. Bro. I'm just gonna say the defense in general. CJ. I'm gonna go with my boy C. Sorry, Evan. I
CJ's a good
wasn't
one. No,
expecting you
CJ's a
to.
good one. No.
One, CJ kept us entertained yesterday, man. He had
What was he
that
doing?
crowd. He had that crowd bumping, man. I
Yeah.
mean, the music, the playlist was. Oh, yo! Shout out to DJ Cuts. The playlist was crazy, or whoever handles the sound effects up in that stadium. But but it was that. I mean, it just seemed like the momentum. He got these guys hyped in the huddle. He had these boys like really, really focused. Jalen Carter was also getting in there. But yeah, man, CJ to me was like the MVP of holding down that defense and getting those boys hyped up the way they were yesterday.
So I'm gonna say a friend of the show. Shout out to Miss Slay, Darius Slay. He is my defensive MVP. Hip for hip with the wide receiver, caught the ball like he was a wide receiver. Shout out to Darius Slay.
Brianna says y'all got to get Jen to bring her banana pudding to the tailgate Sunday. She said on X she was going to make some and said which lot. I hope she picks ours. Shout out to Jennifer. Yeah, she did show up to the tailgate. So
Always great seeing her, and her husband had a great interception as well.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to talk about real quickly though. I was beginning to think to myself, I was like, I've gone back and forth. That there's a lot of personal trauma involved in this. Where I had gotten in an argument with a friend of mine, Eagles fan, diehard Eagles fan, claims to be. And at my friend's engagement party a few weeks ago, he's telling me how Jordan Love he would rather have as a quarterback on this team than Jalen Hurts. And I'm thinking to myself, Jordan Love throws 3 picks yesterday. Jalen Hurts, no interceptions. Do you guys know the last time Jalen Hurts threw an interception? That's
September.
It's November 10th. He threw 1 against Dallas. And prior to that, it was September, Tim. He started out the year, the first 3 games, he threw 2 interceptions, 1 interception, 1 interception. And then since then, he's thrown 1 more interception in that entire time. This quarterback, the whole reason that we are winning these games is because we're winning the turnover battle. You're not putting up Matt Stafford with Megatron numbers in the passing game, but you're not turning the ball over either, and that's the difference. That's the entire difference.
And speaking to that, the Packers were also better in that than we were. I think they were plus 12 or plus 11, so they have not been turning the ball over. So in fact, we got a team like that to turn over the ball. That's why my defensive MVP is Fangio, because again, he's got this defense.
Nice one.
He's got this defense playing at an all-world level, just in terms of thinking of a role player with the Saints to an all-pro linebacker in Zach Bond, to having rookies playing like vets out there. Do you think it's due to great coaching and communication? I think so. Putting your players in the best place to succeed is always importante. So I'm geeked that we're in a situation that we are. I think we can only get better from here. This defense is one of the youngest in the league. Because I was looking at across the line when you saw Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and you look at Sweat, you're like, oh, you're the OG veteran guy now. Like BG, obviously he's on the men, but like just think about that, where our defense is at. Young guys, young secondary, obviously. Slay has mentored these guys to be the next, but just think about it. I mean, the back end's pretty young. Chauncey's bringing the energy. And got a great nucleus. Underdog performance yesterday.
I mean, just because, I think one of the key things that I think back on when we actually won the Super Bowl is talking about guys that's the next man up mentality, stepping up. I'm going to go Oren Burks, man. Oren Burks, I mean, with Nakobe Dean going down, with him setting the tone at the beginning of that game and popping that ball free, I mean, that was the whole thing with the Eagles, they've won so many coin tosses. The Prime's earlier point this year, they've been lucky enough to win so many coin tosses and be able to defer in so many situations. And when you are able to do that and then immediately get the ball, also knowing you're going to get it at half, I mean, that is a huge advantage for your team. So Oren Burks for his play to start out the game and then to step up while Nakobe was out.
Am I cool to go next? I'm probably going to get lynched for this one, but you know what I mean? I'm just going to keep it 100. I'm going to say Quinyon Mitchell. And the reason why is because let's just keep it 100. It wasn't looking too good for him in most of the game. I mean, he was getting some plays put on. I mean, I saw one play where I thought the offensive player ended up pushing him out of the way for him to go ahead and get the reception. The referee obviously didn't call anything on that one, so I didn't get too much on that one, but he was getting beat. But it was just the fact that he still stayed in the game. He kept his head in the game. He kept his head up. And, of course, the encouragement that his players, his teammates were giving him. And then what do? You go call game and seal the deal with the interception. So that, to me, was the fact that he kept his composure and went in there and still did whatever he had to do and made a big play and got his first interception and made, his dad happy.
We're going to the Sizzler later on this week just to celebrate.
I think we got Christian Watson's brother in the chat.
Not a Super Bowl 18, sorry. We had a person that was a Packers fan in a couple shows.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to give him all the attention that he wanted, but he said that we were not going to beat the Packers, and here we are. Underdog performance, Tim, did you get yours?
I'm about to say Jalen Hurts. I'm going to say Jalen Hurts, and the reason why I'm saying Jalen Hurts is because he's been out for 3 weeks. And that man has gone back there. I mean, I'm proud of the back of his mind that, getting one hit can knock you out, take you out the game. And he shoved that to the pass and, threw 2 touchdowns. And, pass rating was 111. I just don't understand what this man needs to do to get the respect. This man has went to the Super Bowl, outplayed Pat Mahomes. Even Pat Mahomes even said it. And we still disrespecting this man. I don't understand it, bro. I don't. Just because he doesn't put up the numbers like, the Tom Brady's and the pocket awareness and this throw. I mean, look, bro, he has 5 interceptions of the year, bro. 5. Last year, how many did he have last year? What, 15? Something like that? Something crazy? My man is working. He's working on it. Every time you say there was a weakness, he's working on it. He's gotten better.
Now Tracy Ann shoots from the hip. She says CJ did not interfere with Q's pick. Automatic MVP. That was good. My underdog performance probably. I mean, I really do think the Oren Burks hit. I was sitting next to a random Eagles fan and he actually said on the kickoff, he's like, "We're going to get a fumble here," and I looked at him and I was like, "Bro, you want to?" I was like, we should play the lotto because that set the tone. I feel in general that it really did set the tone. This is playoffs football, so just having that kind of opportunity right off the bat with a team like who we are, I thought that was awesome. And now we're just talking about underdogs. Yeah, I mean, you probably have to
tell me about an underdog.
Probably. Hey now. But shout out to Underdog, man. Underdog is best place to cash in on all your takes during the playoffs. Which players are going off and which ones are ice cold with over 5 million happy players and 2 billion. One Underdog makes it fun and easy to cash in on all your favorite athletes. With the pick'em game, you could win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower player stats, yards, touchdowns, and more. Now, if we're thinking about the next game that the Eagles are playing, I'd have to say, depending on who we played, I'm going to say 100 yards definitely is an entry that I'm going with Saquon. That's something that's been consistent. I'd say if we're going to if we're going to put entries on tush bushes, I'm going to say over 3.
Okay. I like a tush push touchdown as well. I think a Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown would be in the docket.
I think AJ Brown, anytime touchdown, overdue.
Yep.
Yeah. And a Smitty.
Smitty
I'll
as
put a
well.
Smitty.
Yeah, I'd throw Smitty in there.
I'll put both of them down on there. Yeah.
Okay, I like that, man. So download the app, sign up with the promo code Jawn, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 and bonus cash instantly. That's promo code Jawn. You know, Fourth and Jawn. But must be 18 years or older. 19 years older in Alabama and Nebraska. 19 years or older in Colorado for some games. 21 years or older in Massachusetts, Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado for some games. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or call Tim, and he'll,
help you out with your gambling.
Help you out with the entry. I'll help you out.
Primo, I got to ask you a question as resident WWE fan. What was your thoughts on the pedigree? Was it the code or
don't ever do that again? That was
it was sloppy.
horrible.
It was sloppy.
Even if Cooper didn't fall, I just still don't think that that's something you want to go ahead and try to do. So I wasn't a fan of it. Gail showed me yesterday, and I was like, I can't believe these guys really try to go ahead and do that shit. So yeah.
I feel like it gave the impression right away off the bat that like whoever got the first pick was going to get to do that to the other.
Yeah, most definitely. What did I think it was Slay said money push-ups. He's like, yeah. He's like, he got a nice outfit on, so when we get up out of here, you about to give me 10.
Now, shout out to Zach. Overtime Productions. They actually reached out. There is a signing tomorrow with Zach Bond and also with Kenny Gainwell. I don't know what you guys are doing tomorrow. If anyone's interested, want to meet Zach Bond.
Okay.
You guys in the chat. I mean, not chat. I mean, you guys in the show. If you guys want to meet Zach Bond, I totally forgot about that. But yeah, it'll be tomorrow.
I will.
Can I get a signature of my son, please?
Be in Central Jersey working, but Adelphia and Deptford. I used to produce a show out of there.
Hey.
Saturday night dance party with Bob Pantano. Still around today.
Hey.
But also talking about producing, I don't know if you guys saw our last show. I just want to give a hat tip. He's my MVP. Evan Hearn, his production skills on the fly.
Thank you, man.
He's the I don't know. I'm trying to think. He's the Saquon Barkley of the production team because he put on a show. So I appreciate all your hard work, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, no, it was fun, man. It was fun. It was cool to be able to do something like that in like a new location, especially like a cool spot like that. I mean, that was definitely a cool little spot, and I appreciate everybody that came down.
Yeah, it definitely was fun.
We do want to hear from you guys in the chat. Obviously, there's a lot of takes, so your takes are always great. Sully Music says, "I like Hurts, but with a better passer, we would have put up 40." I don't know. I mean, I
don't think it has anything to do with Hurts. I mean, you look at there's been a few guys that have put out some clips of the all 22 film. These wide receivers are covered, man. There's nowhere to throw the ball. He's holding on to the ball too long, but there's nowhere to throw it.
Yeah.
Patrick says the link was jumping yesterday. Absolutely amazing. Let's go Birds. Yes, we can definitely speak to that. I think it was Bruce says love being an underdog. And shout out to my brother and shout out to my boy Freddie. Freddie's in from out of town. We went to the museum steps today. And then he's a big fan of Rocky. So, we showed him the statue, and then we actually soft walked the steps. I didn't run, but it got me back to the thoughts. We got to the top of the steps, and my brother started showing him the video from Kelsey's speech, the underdog, just to get him what the experience was like and what it was like being there. And it brought me back, and it was just really like, wow, I'm here. I'm like looking out, I might have did a little Rocky thing myself, but it was just cool. It was a cool experience just to think about it and just like think about we as underdogs back then versus now.
It's funny that you say that because subconsciously, I actually every time I pass by the art museum all the time, going from West Philly back to where I live, and I look at the exact spot as I'm driving of where I was standing when I heard that speech. I could take you to the exact spot I was standing, and every time I pass by it, I just like think about it. I'm like, oh, I was right there. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
I was in a dog suit, and I was telling my Pringle can story. That was my portable bathroom that day. It was a very interesting day, but it was also unforgettable. Heath has a question. He says, "What's up, fellas? Hey, who won the field goal competition at the tailgate?"
I just want to throw it out there that the last 4 kicks that I had attempted went in. It started out rough, but I was.
How many cards did y'all hit?
Oh, wait a minute. When you say started off rough, so how many attempts did you have before you actually started clicking?
Probably like 3 or 4. So I
Okay,
think I
so
went
you're-
0
so
for
you were
4 and then 4 for 4.
4 for 8. So 4 for 8. 4 out of 8. Not bad. 500. Okay. Cards? Yeah, I don't know. People were just asking if we recovered with the insurance. Like,
Oh, that ball was real
my
small.
truck.
Oh,
My truck
small,
was
okay.
all the way over there. Shout out. Yeah, shout out to everybody that was risky enough to stand by while these non-athletes.
I took one to the
kicking.
side of the face. I heard.
Ooh,
I heard. Autumn also took
Yeah.
a stray.
Yeah, she
You call-
beasted that one out.
Yikes.
That one out.
poor Autumn.
Yeah. She had me dying last night when she was just telling me about the story. She was like, "Babe, that thing hit me, and the first thing that came to my mind was, I'm Prime's wife. I got to keep my composure."
We love you, Autumn. We love you.
Yeah, Autumn, take one for the team. Autumn,
My
appreciate you.
stomach was hurting on that one. I was like,
That's funny.
Appreciate you, Autumn.
oh, man.
Now,
Yeah.
Perk with the off the top of the rope, with the elbow drop to Kellen Moore. He says, Kellen Moore has to get better with the play calling. I do think
It
was,
wide receivers open.
it was just, but I think it was a couple times I've seen like some of the curls. They were like 5-yard curls, and everyone they just like keep more of the crossing, more of the mesh concept, more of it just gets stale. Like there's no reason for it to get stale like that. Like
Gail, do you think it's because that Jalen not playing for the last 3 weeks, so they usually like to have their quarterbacks pass in, not out.
I mean, they were just
Not putting
it's
the ball in dangerous play. That's what I'm saying.
more crossing routes, please.
Yeah, no, I want more like pick plays, rub plays in the play.
We don't see that no more.
Nah.
I don't understand that.
The when it was 3rd and 5, and we opted for the bubble screen to Saquon on the outside, I was like, come on, like, can we get something better than that?
Yeah.
Right.
I just felt like it got stale.
Like, and that's the thing is that Devontae's a route god, man. Like, there's no reason that if we can't scheme him open, it needs to improve.
But I will say this though, and I hate to say this, man. AJ hasn't been the same since that injury in that Pittsburgh game. There's something really going on with that left knee, man. And I know there was to me it was a hip drop. I don't know about y'all. If you guys, every time I see that play, I'm like, bro, that was a hip drop. Like, why protect the players. But he has not been the same. If you look at it, they're not doing the 50-50 balls with him all of a sudden. It's just there's something going on with that knee.
But Dak speaks as I really think the hate Hurts is getting is because he's not gunslinging like that. But with his defense and Saquon, just got to protect the ball. He's got to watch some of the sacks for sure. But I'm kind of okay with him not hurling the ball and getting picked anymore. I mean, we're frying him to start the year when he was getting picked anymore ton. And since he stopped, we've been winning. And my thing is, like, we on the show have talked about playing to his strengths. Obviously, he's done that. Yeah. We went into that bye week. I always say we, but I'm a we guy. I just feel like he went to the drawing board and came back with the correct way to, handle things. You have Saquon. We said play to your strengths. That's what they're doing. We are running the rock. We are run first team, just like the Packers were a run first team. I want to give an honorable mention, hat tip to Josh Jacobs, because that dude was an animal yesterday. an animal. Like talk about all those guys missing. We talked about their weapons.
Dude.
He could not be stopped.
I'm sorry, dude, but that was Beast Quake Volume 2, bro. You remember when Marshawn Lynch
Lynch,
bro. No, that was like
13
Jerome
tackles?
Bennett.
That was
like
crazy
Jerome
shit.
Bennett, bro. Nobody can take him down. I was like, somebody gonna tackle him?
It's one of the most aggravating things, though, when you see a guy just continue to get yards and then you see guys punch him for the ball. It's like, just wrap up his legs. Something, dude.
We have a comment that says, I'm trying to jump Japanator. I believe the squad will go over the tape, come out better next week versus the Rams or the Vikings. Marissa says, I just love that all the guys have stepped up into being protectors of one another. I do think that's the kind of stuff that you see where you're like, it shows that how the team's connected, man. It's and at this point in time, they just got to stay connected. I think just like how Prime is connected to his troll.
B?
No.
Oh, okay.
First of all, Tim, don't start your shit, okay? So judging ass. This was one of the hottest items that was at the spot last week that I ended up copping, that I'm very proud to have here. Yeah,
what year is that from?
That spot is
I'm sorry.
Bucks County Baseball.
My bad. Apologies. But yeah, listen, the fact that y'all keep on talking about Josh Jacobs, I mean, yeah, that one play, we couldn't bring him down, but like, we still kept him under 100. We've been keeping all these running backs under 100. Mm-hmm. So the defense is, still doing their things. They're going to go ahead and get a couple plays here and there, but we got to give credit to the D. They kept everybody under 100.
I know a lot of people like to, talk about Milton Williams being an underrated guy. That's a part of this line. But dude, I think that a guy that's not talked about enough, Moro Jomo, bro. He, especially in the run game. I mean, he is another just run stuffer. He is able to break through, get in the backfield. He's been a solid guy as when you talk about depth, like not relying on him to put up Jalen Carter type production, but Moro Jomo, like it is deep on this defensive line right now.
Mm-hmm. Harold says, "Sup, fellas? Did you see Gilly getting off? Go Birds!" I didn't see the new one.
Oh, bro, that was dope. He led the guys out. He led the guys out.
They finally gave him his privilege.
Yeah, he let the guys out. Yeah.
They finally gave him his privilege, man.
45-year-old knees. Shout out to Gilly, man. Shout out to Gilly.
Oops, my bag of comment wars were going on. Shout out to Chris. He says, "Peace, family. Sup, fellas? Let's F and go. 1 down, 3 to go." I mean, that's how I look at it. 1 down.
Yeah. Got to win 4 in a row. Got one.
Any words of about the game last night with the Commanders and the Bucks?
That was entertaining, and I'm actually
after winning early in the day and then coming back and watching the game.
I know, and both of them, like, that's the thing is that in that scenario, I want to beat both of those teams for different reasons. You know what I mean? Like, I want that revenge versus the Bucks, and I also want that want to take down Washington after they beat us most recently, and that in the regular season. So, if I'm being completely honest with you, man, the Bucks is the one team in the NFC I didn't want to run into. That they are just.
Oh, you scared of Todd Bowles?
I am scared of Todd Bowles, honestly. Todd Bowles gives me nightmares. So I'm glad they're taken care of. I don't know about you guys, but like, do you have? I'll save this question for after we're done talking about this game.
I'm gonna say I'm like I have some Eagle fans. Obviously the Eagles did lose to the Commanders, and I know that was a big game for them, just a momentum thing. Because they did like a compilation of all his big moments for the Commanders this year, and I'm just saying for a rookie, not just it could be a veteran quarterback and what you have. I'm just in the thought that he is a rookie doing what he's doing right now. I think that's phenomenal. Like anytime a rookie, like we talk about Quinyon Mitchell coming out there, being on an island, doing what he does. Yeah, that's phenomenal. The way he's playing, just like Jaden Daniels for them, it's a good thing for them. I think he's, the game was on the line, and he's put the ball in my hands. He'll outrun you, which is it's kind of annoying because I'm like, is that what it's like to play against Jalen Hurts? Sometimes you get that little, breaks off those runs. You're like, ugh. But he's in our division too, so it is what it is. And they have to go to the Lions Den.
Mm-hmm.
And they play Saturday, so we get to see who they get to play the day before.
I mean, it definitely was an interesting game, and the fact that we talk about Jaden Daniel, who has half the amount of games Dak Prescott has won is crazy. It's amazing, man. Like he's crazy. Already halfway there. He's already halfway there. Big ups to that.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm with y'all. I was good either way. Honestly, I didn't even pay no mind. I'm not worried about top Bulls, but just for like the same reasons you had, Evan, I wanted either one. I was good with either one, especially Tampa with that game that they murdered us in the beginning of the season. All the shit talking. I wanted Baker Mayfield to feel the identity that this defense has now because he ain't going to be doing none of that shit. CJ's there, I just don't see it. And then Washington, I'm all for it, because of their little Super Bowl of the year against us. Being there and seeing those fans celebrate the way they did, yeah, it still leaves a sour taste with me. So I'm all for it, but they got to do their job. They got to beat the Lions first in order for them to go ahead and make that happen. So
I can't wait to watch that game.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Are they going into a buzzsaw, or are they going to take down the Lions and then we take down Washington and then have our way to the Super Bowl? Marissa asked, she's talking about what McCoy said today on his show. Did you guys see what McCoy said on the show? I didn't say. Racksack says, looking at this game, happy with the D-line depth. Not sure if we need to get Calais Campbell. I would just get Calais Campbell, just get him.
Did he get released?
Just throw him in the mix.
Wingspan, hands up.
Did he get released?
Did he get released?
Did he?
I don't know.
I didn't see anything.
I didn't hear anything either.
How does that work? You get released from the team and still be able to pick him up and play?
You're eligible.
No, I mean, like with his team being out, like eliminated and stuff. That's still out.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
Okay.
Tim says the fact that there were 1 million items in the store at Prime is so happy with the troll. I love it. He's not the only one that got one. I sent this to Prime before the game. For good luck, man. And then and then he fumbled, bro. Right?
Hey.
Am I right?
You're right.
You know the troll is coming to the next game, right?
I never understand why they got rid of these things, man. I never understand. One of the best toys ever.
Bro, because they made a movie. That's why they so hot, man. My daughter loved trolls, man.
Yeah. But these
they
are
were
original.
hot in the 90s, though.
Evan had posted it at the show. This is from 1992, man. Like,
wow.
You know what I mean? I think Evan was like
older than
me.
Older than
Evan was 3 years
older than.
Damn, you were 3 years old, Evan?
I was 0. I was -2.
-2.
You weren't even born yet. Oh, you were born in 94.
I was like, I was 7. They were hot when I was in elementary, bro.
And once again, big shout out to
I got that.
Bucks County Baseball for the vintage stuff. The vintage stuff was unreal. Again, if you haven't been to Bristol, PA, to Bucks County Baseball, it's an opportunity to get some legit stuff. And then also shout out to Hoop Tea for the super soft and warm beanie. Thanks for handing them out, guys. The Hoop Tea was a hit. They shout out to Bud Light. They're partnering with them as well. Bud Light also dropping. Shout out to Jesse. He dropping off the field goal post. We had a
awesome
basket where you could throw the footballs in.
Shot, yeah.
Oh, dope.
I tried to fit that in my car, but like I had no room in my garage. It's a good problem to have. But overall, I thought from a tailgate perspective, a lot of things going on besides meeting great people. Also, yeah, I mean, it's just it was.
Also, shout out to the new resident baker, Chris Lee, man. I mean, the cookies were
the cookies are in, bro.
bomb. They are.
Man, I gotta go home,
They are
bro.
so good.
Munchies.
He's got
Munchies.
Yeah, the cookies are banging, and then he had like a little strawberry shortcake action going on.
Oh, this is
Yo,
bro. I gotta go home, bro.
I had like about 7 of those boys yesterday, bro.
They were good.
Those things were hitting.
Yeah, he made those strawberry. What were they called?
Strawberry like cheesecake thing.
Yeah. I was like, I said,
good.
when did you become Betty Crocker, bro? Because I need the recipes. I'm not a big baker though.
Well, me and I think maybe me and Chris gotta open up a bakery / cheesesteak joint.
There you go.
I like that. Call it cheese and Jawn.
Shout out to Mark Huertas who joined us this weekend. Rolling around the city. Shout out to him. This guy got more. He got more fits than I don't know who.
More than you?
He got three outfits in the car.
Yeah, fits, bro.
Unnecessary.
He was prepared. He was prepared.
I want to say this though.
Unnecessary, really coming from you?
When you're traveling, like, come on, man. You don't need 3 outfits in the car.
Really?
When you're traveling,
the guy averages about 3 or 4 outfits. Even when we're traveling, you still got 3-4 outfits. What are you talking about?
He brought them to the game, though. I'd never bring 4 outfits to the game.
Oh, hold on. He brought it to the game in the car? Bro, get out of here.
Boom.
Yeah, facts. Yo, first of all, Gail have like 4 or 5 jerseys, 3-2 jackets in the damn car. He's lying.
I got Tim in the comments. All right, he can vouch. Last week, the man had 3-4 outfits in the goddamn truck, and that was just going to that bum ass Giants game. You know what I mean? Come on, stop.
Michael is still excited about that Goddard TV. I do think that was exciting. I mean, it is awesome. It's physicality. We love the physicality. Mr. Diaz says once the league has a full year of tape on Daniels, he'll regress. Look at Stroud. I think is like when a rookie comes in and doesn't look like a rookie, that you just gotta have to. It's not about it's just being a fan of the NFL. Like you give respect where it's due. Like I don't. It's you just broke all these damn records. Wait till next year, bro. He did whatever. I think that's most touchdowns thrown. Was it by a rookie this ever?
You're not going to force me to get
wins ever by
a division rival.
You don't respect when a player does something in the NFL.
Sure, whatever. I'm not. This is the pro Jaden Daniels podcast.
It's not pro.
I give him.
It's actually just being
golfers clap. Jaden Daniels, good job. You did so good this year.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be a dumb.
Back to the Eagles.
I'm just not gonna be a dumb fan and be like, oh, that's nothing to look at, bro. He just did that, bro.
Back to your scheduling program.
It is.
Good job.
You know what I mean?
What's the next one?
just like opposite fans like look at Quinyon. Oh, he's trash. He ain't nothing. What do you say? Yeah. Okay.
Quinyon's real deal.
Oh, who's not? Who's not, bro? Yeah, man. I think. What's your thought on having the game actually be at home? Do you think that's a possibility? I mean, a lot of Eagle fans. I was talking to yesterday that we're gonna host a NFC. Yeah.
You see Washington beating Detroit?
It'd have to be on some. I think Detroit.
Did you see the whole game last night?
Yeah, I think Detroit. I don't think Detroit's energy is gonna be.
Yeah, well, if you didn't see that whole game last night, Tim, there was a pass interference that I still questioned. That I just didn't.
Oh,
it was just like, all right.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, and it was a big. It turned the game. It was a big turnaround on the game that ended up getting them to where they were at, and that's why they kicked that field goal.
That's a good point, Mark. Is it?
Good point, Mark.
Hey,
that's coming from your boy.
I'm a football guy. I'm not like I don't just watch one team.
I will say this though. I will say this about the Commanders is the Commanders, bro. They're like the darlings. They're like the darlings of the NFL now because like everybody and I'm in Arizona, bro. I went to the bar last night with my friends. And it was about like we were like 30 deep. There was a Commander fan wearing a jersey. I said, "Where you come from?" You know what? I'm gonna see you when I'm about to see you in 2 weeks.
He was trying to blend in with the red.
And guess what he did? Instead of putting his right hand up, he put his left hand up. I said, "Okay, he's a real one." Left hand in the air, we the Commanders.
Oh man, my man. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna speak it into existence here. Any things you want to speak into existence before we get out of here? I mean, we have a game coming up soon.
Some banana pudding at the next tailgate would be.
I got you. You ready? You ready for another? We gotta have one. Well, we probably gonna do another show this week, right?
We're trying to figure out a schedule. We got some.
Okay. All right, never mind. Then I'll wait because we gotta have that speech. I feel like that shit worked. Shit worked.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is part of the show where we kind of like to say it with your chest. It's not our last word, but it's something you need to get off your chest before we get out of here. Something that has crossed your mind over the last. I mean, I don't know what else is on your mind besides the Eagles winning a playoff game, but say it with your chest.
Yeah, this one's a personal shout out to the person that just decided this week that they wanted to put cones up as I'm trying to exit the parking lot. I listen, Frugal Gang here talking. I don't go into many games. I often leave before the game starts, and I just go the same way every single time. And I get in an argument with this person telling me they know who they are. They know what they did. That's all I gotta say.
You're so flustered. He said it's malarkey.
I'm still caught up. I'm still hot about the situation. They put cones in front of me and just easily could have let me through. And they're like, "You got to go around. It's always this way." I'm like, "It's not always this way because I always come this way." So that's where I'm at. Sorry. That's why I gotta say with my chest. Hot and bothered.
That's wild. Hot and bothered. Wow. Yo, this week I really don't have one, man. I'm just like I said, the only thing I probably got to say off my chest is Jalen is not going to have a game like that like he did last night. He's going to have a better game. He progresses, man. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get better and better, and it's going to get hotter and hotter. This is dog. I said repeat, and I said every year. Well, this past year, history repeats itself, man. This is what happened in 22. He got hurt. He started real sluggish in that first game in the playoffs. And he caught fire because he works. He's gonna be fine, guys. Chill. I need y'all to chill, please.
Mm-hmm. Say it with my chest. I think. Primo, did you have one?
First? Yeah. I wanna. I actually do have one because I saw the text this morning. Sean Smith. I had a feeling you were going to be asked to go ahead and officiate this next game. I had a feeling, and I saw it coming. So when I saw that text coming. This is the same guy who tossed CJ out of the rescue game.
On.
Okay, right. I'll make it very, very clear to you, sir. You're going to come into the link on Sunday. You better have your heads on your shoulders the right way because the animosity that man has with you from the last time, and not only that, but in the game in general, you got to respect it and let him play his game. If you come in here and try to screw us like you screwed us in that game, I'm telling you right now, I don't know. I hope to not know where you park your car at.
We're talking about
plays and lemon juice.
Hey, we're talking about 40. He got fined like 45 G for that too, didn't he? For getting kicked out.
Damn, for real?
You got a fine for that. So. My say what your chest is. I was gonna speak to it, but someone already did. But shout out to Tim Armstrong, also a Fourth and Jawn.
You got a new toilet, son.
You know, fourth and Jawn tailgate goer. Also his energy the last couple of weeks has been amazing at the tailgates. But if you're at a tailgate and someone allows you to use their portable bathroom, we had the Brown Bomber incident last week, and then someone dumped the whole bucket of
Waste.
Let's say waste in
Waste.
So that is 2 portable bathrooms that Tim is down. So like if Tim is a good man, his family is a good man. We're gonna have to cut the bathroom off.
It was sad. It was sad to hear about how
Violation.
the wasted.
I do got a rule though. I do have a rule, and I think it speaks for every man. You never shit with your party. Once you shit, you gotta go. You gotta leave. You never shit with your party.
I gotta take back my sit with my chest because that you made me think of another one. It's not bathroom related. It was tailgate related. But super thankful for everybody that comes out. The only thing that I request is that take one beer at a time per person. You know what I mean? There's no reason that we operate off of a limited supply that gets there. And so when I go over to get myself a beer and I see you stuff in your pockets with 6 beers and your friends stuff in their pockets with 6 beers and all that, you're taking beers away from other people that are also trying to party. So just be respectful is all I ask.
No,
pretty simple.
Yeah, I wish you would have said something. I would have threw the flag and blew the whistle, and I would have at least took 4 back.
It's free 99. You only get 1. Chill.
Nah, but see now just
we're not putting a limit on it. Just drink it and then go get another one. You don't gotta load your pockets up.
We definitely are not putting a limit on it, but just has me thinking: are these cats coming to the tailgate and might be grabbing these beers to go somewhere else? Nah, don't let me find out, please. I don't want to. I'm not trying to be that guy. I really ain't.
Hey, it's all good, all fun. Ford and Jawn tailgate will continue to be a spot where it's good vibes. They're overwhelmingly
always free,
receptive, comments from people. A lot of people spend a lot of money in the game, but they got a great opportunity to just party and just get free vibes, and that's always the vibes that we try to give to the folks. And I think shout out to you guys for can't be great without the greatness of others, and I think everyone piggybacks off each other's good vibes. So I feel and then the greatest people that we meet. We got a comment from a lot of Eagle fans over but this one was specifically to Evan. And it was like he was so passionate about his cheesesteak.
I've had cheesesteaks Evan, I'm telling you, brother, I've had cheesesteaks everywhere. Geno's, Oregon's, all that shit. This is the best steak ever. It's the best one I ever get, ever.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Slight flex.
Very, very, very kind words. Very kind words. Appreciate that. I'm glad everybody comes out and enjoys it.
Yeah. Any is it safe to say, we might as well shout out Bud Light for holding down the tailgate. Appreciate you guys as well. We couldn't do it without you. Again, shout out to Jesse who made the tailgate a hit with all the little surprise in it. And shout out to Red Bull for giving the tailgate wings. And most importantly, to Feli's Pizza with the cheesesteaks, supplying Evan with all that heat. And last but not least, Evan Hollywood Hearn with the cheesesteaks, and Alex, his pulled porks, Sammy's were amazing.
I had a couple of them. Yeah, they were solid.
I caught Evan and Alex having a Blackstone, he calls it, moment where both the chefs get to exchange. It was like a Jersey exchange, but with food. And they're just he's sitting there eating pulled pork.
Steak. I got some pulled pork. It was
like nice little tailgate.
Adventure.
I got to tell you, as a man that cooks for the masses, it is always nice when you're able to have somebody else cook for you. So, you got to take advantage of those situations.
That's what's up. Well, we appreciate you, Evan.
Of course.
Kevin says, you're a legend, Hollywood.
Thank you.
Harold says, Evan's catering boy finna blow up.
Trying to get into it, man.
He's doing bar mitzvahs.
Let me know if you got a party. I'll be there.
But Heather says she actually ordered the damn book in her excellence. If you Eagle fans are actually making comments on Amazon, so hey man, you don't go to Barnes and Noble and ask a good book to read. There you go.
Yeah.
You can get the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Support the Coveys, okay?
Sure. You're still pushing that agenda.
Also, Darren says even Evan with the hot dogs too.
Yeah, I gotta say too. It was funny. There's a couple people that have come up and asked if they're pork dogs or if they're all beef and stuff like that. And then I said that they had pork in them, and then he went over to Alex and asked if he had anything that didn't have pork in it. And Alex pulls up his sleeve, and he's got the pig tattoo with like all the different cuts of the pig. He's like, what do you think?
That's hilarious. Shout out Alex, man. Shout out Alex, yo.
Alex is
So the game is about to be in half an hour. The Eagles are going to get an opportunity to see who they get to play,
their opponent is.
and then we will see how we react. But I think as a fan base, we need to do our homework and research. Okay, and if there's a good play happening, it's okay to clap for good football. Okay. You don't got to be a homer. You can clap for good football. It's all right. If you love the game, you love the game. But last word before we go out, or anyone, Tim, you want to start? Last word before we get out there.
Yeah. Shout out to my daughter, state champion.
Oh,
getting on that. Yeah, man. Got the medals, man. Yeah.
Hell
So shout out to my baby girl Ari. Won first place. 0.00 productions. Basically, no accidents, no falls, no nothing. They did a great job. Shout out to those girls, the aces. Also want to send a shout out, the people in California. Oh man, just devastating. So to all the people that we know in California, the 4th and Jawn fans, everybody from John, his friends, people, bro. So many people lost their homes in the fire, bro. I know a lot of people. It's crazy, man. So, man, my prayers go out to you and your families, man, because there's a lot of people. I mean, Malibu's gone. There's no Malibu. It's destroyed. It looks so apocalyptic. So it's sad, bro. It's sad.
But last word, Primo.
Yeah, let's just be patient to see who our opponent is going to be this evening. Like I said, and we'll keep on saying, I don't care who it is. We're ready for whoever. You're just in the way. That's all. And we're going to make sure that we get you out of the way come next week. A big shout out to, I'm going to piggyback off of what Tim said, man. I know I reached out to everybody that I could think of up in California, not really sure where they're actually located, but it didn't matter. California is one. And, I just wanted to make sure that they know that they have love coming from over here on the east side. Big shout out to Mark, who I had the privilege to host this weekend. He ended up staying with me. He was chilling with me, Gail. Took him to a family outing on Saturday. Showed him the Puerto Rican side. What a Puerto Rican party was like. He got all features of it, but he had a good time. I sent him off this morning. But appreciate you, bro. You're a real one. I know you had a good time, and I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. And for the rest of y'all, look forward to seeing y'all next week, man, because we're just gonna do it again. We'll be right back at it. So let's go Birds.
Birds.
Yeah, dude. To be honest with you, just kind of repeating what I said a few weeks ago. If you're scared, go to church, man. There's nothing to be upset about in a win. Last night we beat a tough team in Green Bay, and now we're gonna go up against another probably strong opponent. Minnesota and LA, they both are teams that I think could sneak somebody. They ain't gonna be us though, man. I'm not afraid of anything. We talk about vibes. We talk about how we felt at some point during the 2017 season. I just had a feeling, man. I had a feeling that this was the year that we were going to win it. And that's a weird thing to feel when you root for a team that has never even won a Super Bowl. But that year, I just knew that we were going to win that. I got to tell you, man, I feel that type of confidence this year. I think we're winning it, man. I really think the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl this year. So it don't matter who we play. We got it in the bag. Let's go Birds.
Like I said, man, I was at the steps today, just envisioning. You know, I'm a guy who likes to envision things. Some people are like, oh, positive approach. That's just who I am. So you'll never hear me try to say bad things, because I always like to picture the best things, and usually the best things do happen when I do that. And I was at the steps today for a reason. I didn't think I was going to be there today, but I always believe you are always in the spot you're supposed to be in, good, bad, or indifferent. You're always in the spot that you're supposed to be in. So stories are always written, so I always feel like positive. You know what I mean? But all you Eagle fans in the chats, we appreciate you guys and the support. Shout out to all the people that showed up to the live show at Bucks County Baseball. Shout out to them. That was an awesome experience. Shout out to all you people that showed up to the tailgate. Again, we got a big dub, and we were all in unison at the tailgate. Vibes were immaculate. Went to the stadium, whooped that ass, and here we are. One game at a time, one win at a time, and it's on to the next one. And as always, it's fly, Eagles fly, and get your mind right, because
let's go Birds.
It's time to win a Super Bowl.
Give me